Welcome to Heidelberg Materials, the building material manufacturer for the future. Safety is a foundational pillar and core value of our company, and we are committed to protect our employees and the communities where we live and work. We expect all our employees, contractors, and visitors to commit to workplace safety while at our operations and respect our workplace safety rules. We do not tolerate any kind of bullying, violence, threats of violence, harassment, or any other form of workplace discrimination. Heidelberg Materials operates in a way that is sustainable, and we take our responsibilities to the environment and the communities we work very seriously. Each of our locations operates in a different legal jurisdiction, which may have different regulations and standards related to workplace safety at the local level. At the conclusion of this site-specific video, your Heidelberg Materials representative or supervisor will provide you with specific rules related to the work you'll be performing while on this location. All employees and contractors are required to perform a Take 5 field-level hazard assessment prior to starting work. It is critical that you identify potential hazards that you may encounter and eliminate them prior to beginning any activity. Conditions can change at any time throughout the day, and it is important to adjust accordingly. You have stop work authority and should use it any time you are unsure about your safety while on our site. Personal protective equipment is required at all Heidelberg Materials locations. Standard PPE includes a hard hat, safety glasses, Class 2 reflective clothing, safety boots, and gloves. Rings, jewelry, and loose or baggy clothing are not to be worn by employees, contractors, or visitors. All incidents or injuries must be immediately reported to your Heidelberg Materials contact. This includes minor first aid events, near hits, or any property or vehicle damage. Emergency response procedures are crucial while on Heidelberg Materials sites. You should know where and how you'll be alerted in the event of an emergency in the location of a designated meeting, or muster area in the event of an evacuation. At the conclusion of this video, site-specific response information, including emergency phone numbers or radio contacts, will be provided to you. You may encounter barriers or taped-off areas at our locations. Do not cross them unless you are specifically provided authorization by your Heidelberg Materials representative or site supervisor. Seatbelts protect you from serious injuries in the event of an incident. You are required to wear one at any time that you are in any type of equipment or vehicle on our sites. Handheld mobile devices such as cell phones or tablets, as well as earbuds and other mobile listening devices, are strictly prohibited anytime you are driving or operating any type of vehicle or mobile equipment. Guarding is required on all pinch and crush points while equipment is in operation on property. Avoid unguarded areas and make your site representative aware of any deficiencies you identify. Equipment and vehicles must be properly isolated from all energy sources in the form of a lockout, tagout, tryout anytime the equipment is being repaired, maintained, or whenever guards or safety devices are removed. Be sure to always chalk your vehicle when parked on plant properties. Confined spaces may contain a hazardous environment, a lack of oxygen, or falling material. Be aware of these locations and look for warning signs. If you need to enter a confined space, work with your site representative to determine what type of permit is required prior to entry. Respiratory protection is required anytime you're in an environment where airborne contaminants are above regulatory limits. Check with your site representative to ensure you have the proper protection for the area you will be working. You must always be clean-shaven and fit tested prior to wearing filtering facepiece respirators. Lifting operations pose an inherent risk to personnel, equipment, and site infrastructure. All lifting activities must be conducted in a controlled manner. Lifting equipment and machinery is inspected and in good order prior to use. Anyone participating in lifting operations must be trained and certified where required. Fall protection must be used when entering working at heights or anytime you are working above hazards. We require 100% tie-off, and you must inspect and ensure that your fall protection fits properly prior to use. Retractable lanyards are the preferred devices on our property. If your work requires the use of any hazardous materials, your Heidelberg Materials representative will work with you to ensure that it is properly used, stored, and that a safety data sheet or SDS is available. Our vehicle segregation protocol applies anytime you are in an area where vehicles or equipment are being operated. Our protocol is designed to reduce the likelihood of interactions between equipment with other equipment and interaction of equipment with pedestrians. Always follow established signage related to parking areas indicating travel direction, posted speed limit, and other pertinent information. Vehicles require two-way radio communication, flashing strobe lights, and a flag while operating in our facilities. Do not approach any heavy mobile equipment without first verifying two-way radio contact. The site-specific vehicle segregation plan will be provided to you upon completion of this video. Thank you for taking time to watch our site-specific video. Your Heidelberg Materials site representative will now provide you with the specific site rules and protocols you will need to conduct work safely while on our location. If you have any questions, concerns, or are unsure about your work tasks or your safety, ask your supervisor or Heidelberg Materials representative. We hope that your stay is safe and productive.